can be. 'Cause I need you here with me.
God, that song is hard. Oh, that's hard. Yeah, why is it hard? Why is it hurt to hear it? Why are the words mean something? Why does it trigger emotions? Because I find when you listen to music, we are close to being in the moment. We're and when you're in the moment, you're dang close to emotions. You're close to your heart. It's where your mind and your heart and your spirit all kind of coalesce. And they meet up and they exchange things. You think about it, you're hearing the words, but your mind is processing them. And you're going from hearing to listening. And when you're in that those moments, they make connections. Because memories, I mean, they're good memories. You know, they're memories about love, companionship, and adventure, friendship, experiences. All the things that I still wish that I had. Memories of those connections that are no longer there. I guess that's the thing, right? You hear a song like, I don't even remember what the name of the song is, but you know, Here With Me, or I think it's a Marshmello song. That's a completely separate discussion, Marshmello. But cute dog up there with his head out the car window getting some air. My daughter would be all over it, going, "Oh, cutie." Anyways, it's something that happens to me on a regular basis, you know, hearing a song and having it trigger these kind of emotions. I have to say it's difficult for me because for me they're conflicting emotions. Because the only person in my life I've ever had those connections with are my ex. You know, we're friends still. And it's conflicting because when I feel these emotions, the heart, brain, soul build that goes on inside connects with her. It fills the gaps. It fills the desire to have that part of my life. It fills it all with her. I mean, I still care for her. I still wish the best for her. But it's hard when the only mental solution, the only solution that my brain provides, the only response to the feelings is our feelings and images associated with her. And I guess as I know and as has been discussed and whatnot, it's not something that will ever happen. Because she can't be in a relationship with me because of how I changed. She can be in a relationship with who I was. And as long as who I was never changed, she could continue to be in that relationship. But if one aspect of me changed, certain parts of the outside of me, and for her it wasn't possible. And you know, the thing is I'm not. I don't hold any grudge or regrets or bad feelings against her. I understand. I changed. Parts of me changed, and for her, it can't be compatible. It hurts, but I understand. Maybe if I had had more relationships in my life, more experience or whatever, I'd better be able to process. I'd have more mental imagery and sense to fill in the gaps. But that isn't how it's working right now. I didn't stop loving her. I wasn't the one who stopped the relationship. Even up to that point, we had spent some time in our relationship, almost as a asexual relationship, not much intimacy. By the time I came out and transitioned, we had already been, in different bedrooms, different beds. I mean, not even just different beds in the same room, but literally different bedrooms. Therefore, it obviously has to be different beds. We have been distinct in that context for years. Something we're not compatible at an intimate level. And that being the most important factor. Heard of it. looking in would assess that as meaning that it was all about the sex. It was all about the physical. No, and the thing is I get it a bit, you know. We had her, she had a spiritual aspect, and there was a legal aspect. I understand she just, you know, had a hard time with the concept of somebody looking and seeing she was married to a woman. And our social, cultural, legal system that, you know, we exist under has its own restrictions, and I've had these discussions even in open forums that you know, at one point, you know, even when technically we're still married, we're waiting for a divorce, but we're sitting here and trying to talk about getting a divorce. They talk about, you know, separations and, you know, the fact that you need to be separated for a year, a minimum of a year, before you can get divorce. But the only way to speed that up, you know, you don't have to wait that long, is if, I think, you know, if somebody's abusing the other. I think there's 3 things. Abuse, I can't remember the third one, but the second one is someone committing adultery, you know, sex outside of marriage. Which is interesting because, you know, one of the solutions that I proposed, you know, to the whole, well, you know, if I no longer have the bits and bobs that she needs in order to have an intimate relationship, she can go elsewhere, find somebody else to fulfill those needs. The problem with that in our society is that, go back to the principle that is being used to state that, oh, well, you can shortcut a divorce, you know, you can speed up the separation and divorce process if somebody has sex outside of marriage. So, you know, even if it's consensual, even if it's necessary, you can almost say in this case, you know, how can you live and exist in that kind of paradigm where she did nothing wrong? We were trying to deal with how can we work through all this stuff. The same laws which are holding us together as a married couple, and all the obligations and limitations and restrictions that entails, are also the ones that say, well, you know, you are all of this stuff, and because you're this, you can't do this and this, but the only way, whatever. I understand why she had a difficult time with the legal aspect, the social, the cultural aspect, because of the implications of what these things meant. But as I mentioned earlier, this is what complicates the whole feelings thing. When I hear a song person that I can't be with, that doesn't want to have that relationship with me, is the one that's coming into my head.